Have you ever wondered why we feel the need to tase the tiniest of intruders? Is it a reflex or a moment of transient curiosity? Could shocking these tiny animals with electricity hold any sort of allure? Come with me, and I'll tell you why I tased the beetle on the spur of the moment. Watched in amazement and relief as the other man composed himself, aimed his shotgun, and dispatched the enormous spider with the weapon. The boy's untrained palate was unable to handle the complexity of the food, and his attempts to chew and swallow it were ultimately unsuccessful. A large dog used a toy to tease a smaller dog that was playing with it, which resulted in both dogs letting out delighted yips and wagging their tails. A man, in the midst of a big supper, choked on a large French fry. Surprisingly, the fry flew out, much to the shock of onlookers. The boy played as if he were invisible, but when his mother suddenly appeared, the child's fantasy was destroyed, and surprise could be seen written all over his face. The man played a dangerous game of culinary tag with his companion, and they both laughed as they tossed the hot potato back and forth. He pretended to pass away so that he could watch his pet hamster's response. Instead, the hamster became aggressive and began a true attack on its opponent. The most cool of cats might be seen dozing off on a plush carpet, exuding the epitome of ease and contentment in their stillness. The young child was unaware that his father's creepy stories had caused him to wonder if the terrifying Halloween decorations were genuine while he admired them. The insect is given a startling jolt the moment it comes into contact with something, which causes its small body to twitch momentarily before it scurries away, behaving in an electrifyingly cautious manner. When there is a nervous cat in the room, playing a horror game is a surefire way to attract mayhem, scratches, and kitty mayhem. A startling metamorphosis took place before our eyes as he went from exuding the carefree air of a child of 10 to the self-assured air of a man of 30. This was accomplished in the space of 30 seconds. The golf ball was sent flying by his tremendous swing, but his elation was quickly replaced by shock when he accidentally fell into a sand trap that was close. The person jumped out of their chair in a startled response to the unexpected cockroach assault, their expression revealing a mixture of surprise and disgust. A name like Marina is fitting for the beautiful aquatic tortoise, since it honors the animal's extraordinary swimming talents. When one looks at the peculiar group, one could have second thoughts about keeping them as pets, but their devotion and charisma could convince anyone to do so. The robot had a momentary pause during which it deliberated over its next move. In spite of the fact that it had a second thought, it ran over the girl by accident, which resulted in unintended consequences. Caution is very necessary when navigating the maze of mirrors. An intricate dance must be performed in order to disentangle reality from reflections and prevent mayhem. The small girl's eyes widened in shock as her shadow extended and distorted itself, causing her to smile uncontrollably despite her growing sense of dread. Taking a closer look at the Nutella pancakes reveals that they are lavishly covered in chocolate. The question of whether or not anyone would partake in this sumptuous enjoyment remains unanswered. They observed as the person performed a whimsical ceremony that was full of innocence and creativity by offering these bubbles as a sacrifice to the bubble god. Everyone was taken aback by the dog's unbelievable small legs, which it defied its boundless energy with by walking in such a cute and unusual way. The dog and the seal had a great friendship and were inseparable mates. Their companionship was an appealing sight as they played together by the water's edge. Because he was unaware, he leaned on the table's edge, which resulted in an accidental flip. As the turmoil continued, surprise began to spread throughout it. The unhappy cat got itself into a precarious predicament as a direct result of its distracted behavior, shedding light on the repercussions of that behavior. The dog's ears are so endearingly long and impressively long that they often cause her to slip and fall, which makes for some hilarious comedic situations. The arrest of a guy who was using a flamethrower to clear snow from his driveway raised questions about both the legality and the appropriateness of his actions. This guy had a rough start to his first day of work, and things only got worse from there. His effort at body surfing looked like it might be entertaining, but it didn't go very well. He shrewdly pretended to bite a child's finger while holding a dinosaur puppet in his hand, entrancing children who were staring wide-eyed at his clever trick. In such cases, his behavior and intentions raised concerns about entrusting him with the residents. Seeing the natural waterfall, they wondered if they would ever ride it. Adventure called, while prudence whispered. Upon observing the scenario, they came to the conclusion that they had recorded the enigmatic Flash's lightning-like presence on video, and that they had captured the elusive Flash in a brief instant. The person rides the waves with enjoyment, their body moving in time with the rhythm of the water, and they are filled with unadulterated happiness and thrill as a result. The dog played and squirmed like it forgot it was in a towel. The guy bravely sacrificed his chips to escape the birds and protect himself. They were puzzled by the incident and hoped the person involved would survive. Bystanders were impressed by the creative way the TV was fixed. The kayaker was surprised when their kayak slid underwater, giving them a thrilling swim. He bravely tased the wasp in his bathroom, curious, surprised by success. He planned to escape the dog hiding in an incredibly wild area, panicked by pyrotechnics and propelled by adrenaline. As they viewed the massive roller coaster, doubt crept in. The challenge was enormous, but curiosity remained. Do they dare ride this terrible marvel? They now fear water slides, a once exciting event that now makes them anxious. They silently questioned the unorthodox hamburger cutting method's efficacy and gastronomic sense. The raven defied expectations by easily singing exquisite sounds that grabbed hearts. The man won a sand-dwelling worm at the beach, but his disgust for these critters tarnished his prize. So that was all for this video. Subscribe if you want to watch more amazing videos like this. And which prank did you like the most? Do let us know in the comments below.